For generations, people have come to the Victorian town of Ballarat with the dream of striking gold.
There's always this tension between us as humans wanting to get the gold, and on the other hand, the earth wanting to close up the hole we've created.
What happened, Kurt?
The quest for gold can be profitable, but also fatal. Early this month, 37-year-old Kurt Horrigan lost his life while mining here after a catastrophic rockfall. Another man, 21-year-old Connor Smith, was critically injured.
It's devastating because, yet we've lost another worker, and no worker should be injured or die at work. But it's even more devastating because this should have been avoided.
WorkSafe is now investigating the incident. Companies in Victoria can be charged with industrial manslaughter, which can result in jail time.
I'm absolutely disgusted with the fact that we've had so many workers killed at work in Victoria since these laws came in.
Some are now saying Kurt Horrigan's death could have been avoided.
You don't expect to go to work and not come home.
Mark Bailey worked in the same Ballarat gold mine in 2007 when a tunnel collapsed and trapped him and several other colleagues. He's never spoken about it publicly. Why are you talking now?
Well, I only said something because I felt that ongoing safety was an issue.
At the time, Mark was working as a driller, hundreds of metres below the surface, and he noticed the ceiling of a shaft about to give way.
You could see that the roof was starting to bow, and I wasn't down there for more than an hour or so, and it was lunch break. Coming back up through it, I thought, oh, that's hanging down half a metre, it's still coming down. So when I got to the surface, I went to see the shift boss. I said to the shift boss, I think that's imminent risk of collapse. Anyway, nobody took any action.
After Mark and his colleagues were sent back in, the ceiling collapsed. 27 people were trapped in the mine for several hours.
I thought I'd rather die under a gum tree than under a rock, to be honest. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, this isn't a good situation.
The miners were winched to safety through a ventilation shaft the next morning.
I was relieved, just relieved to be out of there.
Mark said he later had nightmares over the incident and left the mining industry. He now restores vintage cars.
When you heard that the same mine that you'd been in and had collapsed, when you heard that 2 people were trapped in there, what was going through your head?
I thought it was something that would have happened a lot earlier, to be honest.
It's concerned a whole community and it's made a whole community angry.
The incident happened while miners were performing a procedure known as air legging, which is a handheld drilling technique using compressed air to push through rock.
As soon as we heard that they were air legging, I was furious.
The challenge with air legging is you are so intimate with the rock, so that if something goes wrong, as it's gone wrong, it means you're right there where the failure happens.
It's still not clear whether air legging caused the collapse of the mine, but 730 has obtained documents that indicate concerns were raised about the practice of air legging as early as May of 2023. The then general manager of the mine responded by saying the complaints demonstrated a lack of understanding and insisted safety procedures were up to date. The mine changed hands after that letter was sent.
The current owners of the mine, Victory Minerals, told 730 in a statement that since it had assumed control of the site, it had been made aware of some legacy issues, which included complaints and concerns raised by employees about former senior management. It said those complaints and those concerns are now the subject of a Victoria Police investigation.
Arnold Dix is an engineer and tunnel rescue specialist.
In the beginning I said 41 people home safe. No one gets hurt.
He recently freed 41 miners from a collapsed mine in northern India. He says air legging is used to good effect in certain mines.
Moving to air legging suggests that they're moving to try and extract higher gold-bearing rock in a more precise way.
According to the Australian Workers' Union's Victorian Secretary Ronnie Hayden, air legging is being phased out due to the risks associated with the practice.
It's outdated. It's a manual form of mining, and we can use mechanical devices now to do this job.
The union has told 730 of further safety concerns, including workers being required to climb across ladders to reach parts of the mine.
This shouldn't happen. Where you've got a couple of employees having to climb ladders, climb through cavities, climb across ladders to access from one area to another, where if they had a fallen there would have been a serious injury, and then perform manual mining, is something that you wouldn't have seen in the 80s and 90s. They wouldn't have even done it back then. It would have been so unsafe. And yet they're doing that in 2024.
The ground is alive. There's no other way to describe it. The ground is alive.
It's definitely proven to be. It's just the way, it's in several layers and you don't know what's behind all those layers. You don't know how you can do a lot of drilling, but you still don't know exactly what's where.
Victory Minerals did not respond specifically to questions about the stability of the ground, but told 730 it was committed to providing a safe and healthy workplace for all employees and contractors.
The death of the miner here really rocked the tight-knit community of people that worked here, and we're told that not long after the incident, an email went out to staff saying that the mine would be back up and running. That's just a day after his body was recovered. Now we're told that it was voluntary coming back to work, and the part of the mine that collapsed was closed off.
The union doesn't want this mine shut down.
Absolutely not. We will absolutely work with this mine to make sure that it can be profitable and that our members are safe while they're doing the job.
Gold mining in Ballarat has been happening since the 1850s, but the future of mining may look very different. Companies are already looking for ways to avoid sending people underground.
I think we'll see the robots operating underground this decade. We're starting to see that already in the tunnel boring machines which we're using in civil construction, and I'd expect to see those machines to be automated in mining.
With equipment that finds its own way around.
Engineer Arnold Dix sees a seismic shift in the industry, which would save lives, but also destroy livelihoods.
There are huge advantages at so many levels to not have people actually at the face where the mining is occurring, because in the end you want them to come home.